Well, this year, the Two-Tone Blue are dreaming of a postseason, but the road to the playoffs requires a solid game plan, and the same can be said for your finances. I sat down with a local financial expert to help make sure you have the right game plan for your money. Well, football season is here, and joining us with steps to help you map out your game-winning drive on the road to retirement is local financial professional Larry Roby with SFA Wealth Management. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
So go ahead and tell us why you say that football can actually help us build a solid plan for our retirement.
Well, during retirement, it's so important that I've been talking about for years, the red zone. You get in the red zone,
yes,
you should score, at least a field goal, hopefully a touchdown. So you don't want to fumble when you're in the red zone. Make sure you're prepared.
That's right. Okay, so we need to do things to get us prepared. What are some ways that we can do that?
Well, certainly during the accumulation phase, we need to make sure that we're kind of that football analogy, hitting a lot of first downs. Let's make sure we're saving our money, make sure as time goes on and we get raises that we save a little bit more money just to prepare. But as you get closer to retirement, you need to make sure you start moving those assets around a little bit more to some of the protection for distribution. So when you're distributing the money, it's a little bit different than accumulating the money.
Yeah. So you've got your safety out there for you.
Absolutely. So you have a little bit of both. You need a little bit of risk to keep beating inflation, and a little bit of safety to make sure at a bad time that you don't have any losses. Again, you don't want to fumble when you get in that red zone.
That's right. Any other ways we can make sure we don't fumble when it matters most?
Absolutely. One of the biggest issues that I see in retirement is people underestimate what their tax bill is going to be. They don't understand the way that Social Security coordinates with retirement dollars being pulled out. The new big beautiful bill just passed, so there's an opportunity to probably do some Roth conversions along the way, but that requires a lot of planning. There's some hidden fees that could happen with Social Security taxation and some other fees there that could happen. So be careful in that Rothing, but very important to do so.
Right. Okay, that's great advice. And football teams, they adjust their strategy at halftime. What are some smart mid-season adjustments people can make with their own finances if they do find themselves off track?
There again, making sure that your first thing is make sure you make a plan. I also see that people don't make the plan. You make your plan, work your plan, plan your work, right? So in doing that, just to make sure that they put down what their expenses are and what they think they're going to spend in retirement, and have a little bit of a fluff factor in there as well.
Okay, thank you so much for this insight. Here's to a great season for the Two-Tone Blue and also your finances.